Hey there, Virgo. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you've been here, stick around, see if there's something that you find of value here, because at this channel, we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize the energy to move ourselves forward in a very positive way. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much. You're helping me grow my channel. I really want to encourage everyone to check out their sun, their moon, and their rising, because your sun sign is how you feel inside, your rising sign is how you interact with the world, and your moon sign is how you feel about what's going on in the world around you and how it's affecting you. And I always like to start with a conversation starter from Spirit, and look, we already got going here. So, all right, Virgo, you are at the end of a very major cycle. It doesn't surprise me. Why? Because we have a full moon in Virgo happening. It totally makes sense. Okay, so things that you started during your birthday month last year definitely are coming to some kind of a conclusion. We also have this Four of Pentacles here, though, which is about you feeling nervous, needing to, you're at an end of a cycle and you're worried about your financial security, you're worried about your home, you're worried about, look, see, there's a moat around the castle. And but here's what I do like. He's not clutching the coins, he has them open in his hand. Like he's willing to give them up if you really want them. And the seagull isn't grabbing them and flying off. So that's good news, but he does look worried, right? He looks worried. So you're at an end of a cycle. Maybe you're at an end of cycle about worrying about financial stuff, or maybe that's what you need to release is your worries with this full moon. So let's get some guidance to figure out exactly what they're trying to tell us. But this full moon doesn't happen until Tuesday. On Sunday, the moon got into Leo at 10:21 in the morning. In Leo, that part of the moon cycle is all about taking action, right? It's about taking action. And what's really nice is that because of the energy of the moon, see how they're like leaping forward, breaking free, getting out there. And the moon and the energy of it between Sunday evening and all day Monday is like daytime, you know, like to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Eastern Standard Time is like a really highly productive time. So I think Monday's going to be very productive for you with this. Even though it's in your 12th house. Your 12th house is about hope, goals, and dreams, and so maybe figuring out what it is. Oh, so you have, yes, because it's in your, so the action for you is going to be reception. So either a gift is coming into you, or information, or spiritual guidance, a download of some sort, something. Yin energy, the action is about being receptive. Being receptive to things you hear, things that people say to you, things that come in. That's part of the action that you're supposed to be taking with this Sunday into Monday energy of the moon in Leo in your 12th house, because that full moon happens in your 1st house. So, on Sunday, around 6:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sun is going to move into Pisces. And so we get out of this really arid energy of thinking and everything, and now we start getting into our emotions, right? We're going to start feeling our way through things. And if you have been, like you're an earth sign, and so if the wind's been blowing over you and drying you out and cracking the earth, and you've been feeling like so just stressed out because there's not enough, you know, here comes the emotions. So the thing is to make sure that it doesn't come so much that it runs off, right? Cracked, dry earth can't absorb it. So to figure out how to contain the water, right? Earth contains the water. And so bringing it into a container where you can receive the water, where you can receive the emotions, but it's in a container. See? I don't know if you can see that. See, it's a container. Right? So you're going to want to contain the emotions, but you're going to want to accept the emotions. Like all this air energy may or may not have been great for you, right? Sometimes it helps create clarity. But we have it's a super moon. It's a super moon. It's the second in a group of 3, January, February, and March, right? In January, it was that eclipse energy from Leo, which was like really out there, and it was culmination of the last 18 months actually of that whole North Node cycle in Leo. And so it was major, and there was a lot of releasing of a lot of things. And I think for you, Virgo, there might have been this releasing of tension around your hopes, your goals, and your dreams. And so now maybe allowing things in, you were ending this major cycle, and now you could start looking forward. So a lot of the times it's referred to as the snow moon, but yeah, that would be here in North America, right? So I was looking around and I saw that it was referred to in some places as the storm moon. And I think this winter or spring or summer, depending the summer, wherever you are on the planet, there have been a lot of storms, a lot of interesting weather events. And so calling this in as a storm moon makes a lot more sense to me. And it'll be like, it's a super moon, and it's the closest point that it's going to be, so it's going to look the biggest, like 14% bigger than it usually does in the sky because of just the elliptical shape of the orbit, right? But the thing about it is it's a white light. It's a bright light. It's going to shine brightly, and it is powerful, and it is about attraction. Supermoons are about attracting in the things that you want, shining the light and stepping into your power. And so for you, this is in your first house of you. What do you want? What do you want to shine the light on, and what do you want to attract into your life? And so I always recommend with a full moon that we write down the things we want to release in our life. And then I always recommend you write down a gratitude list. And this time for you, Virgo, I really want you to focus on the gratitude list, because when you write down what you're grateful for, that's how you get the universe to bring you more of it. So what do you really, really want? Write it down, because you're feeling powerful. You'll be able to see clearer. You still won't be able to see everything because it's moonlight, not sunlight, right? But it's the brightest light. It is a spotlight right on you. So what do you want? What do you really want? So write that down. If what you want is to bring more sense of security, because the Four of Pentacles is all about feeling secure, then be grateful for what you have and ask for a little more, right? Like, I really appreciate this. I really appreciate the financial rewards that came in this year. I am looking forward to another year of financial rewards. Oops, wrong cards. And so that's one way you could do that. Yeah. All right. So how can you best use that energy? Let me just get a card here. Virgo. 4, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Okay. Wow. All right. So all of this Aquarian energy really shows up in your cards because we have the eagle. That's seeing things from a higher perspective. That's involving spirit and divine guidance into your life. It's inviting and utilizing it. And the wind fairy is thoughts, words, intelligence, analyzing. And so, yes, this is very much a Virgo thing. And the reason it is because you're across the zodiac from Aquarius. And so Aquarius, yes, no, you're not. You're across from Pisces. So, you have a tendency, though, to be very detailed and organized, and so stepping into your superpower of how you analyze things in detail is a good thing, but do it from a higher perspective. I think maybe if you see things from a distance, you get a wider view, you can see more of what's happening, and you get a better view of the landscape, right, as you start to create your next cycle. You are the master. You're the king, right? It says here, things pertaining to the law and justice. This is very Virgo. This is very organized. It's also Libra, and then we have the Grail Knight. So being large and in charge, but don't forget to listen to your spiritual guides and to throw love into the situation. That's that emotional energy from Pisces, right? And it is encouraging you to think and to feel in equal measure. When you get to, these belong up here, so sorry. I'm going to leave this one here though. When you get to Thursday, when you get to Thursday and the moon moves into Libra, it's about self-reflecting. This is in your second house of self-esteem and self-value. And see, she's got her head above water, which is using the clarity and the vision of this. And it's also the Grail Knight, right? Feeling the emotions, being in the emotions, but also using your head to make your decisions and doing a little self-reflecting. What do I need to do to improve my life to feel the pleasure and the joy in life? How do I get there? What do I need to do? What do I need to tweak? Can't change anyone but yourself, right? So what can you do differently? How can you approach this a little bit differently to move things forward in a way that helps you find that balance that Libra encourages us to have? And this is in your second house of self-value and self-esteem. And so you're being asked to use discernment. All is not what it seems. That's that moonlight, right? Stay true to your knowing and keep your dreams a secret. Ooh. So while you were there in the 12th house with Leo, and at the beginning of the weekend you were thinking about what your hopes and goals and values and dreams are, maybe the time to tell everybody is not yet. And it's time to kind of look at the details of how I want to put it together for the next cycle. This is what I have. These are my resources, right? These are my resources. This is what I have. How do I get from there back to here at the next cycle? How do I take what I have here and take it to completion? I need a higher perspective to look at it. I need to be using my spiritual guidance. I need to be feeling into my emotions. I need to be using my discernment. And I need to be keeping everything in balance, because when that moon moves into Scorpio, 10:56 a.m. on Saturday, it's about finding the balance and finding the beauty, right? Finding the balance and finding the beauty. And this is in your third house of communication. So keeping your secrets. What should you tell? Who should you tell? When should you tell? What is the balance? How do I do this to bring about what I really want the most in a very beautiful way in my life? And so to get a little guidance on that, we're going to use the gateway cards. Down below, there is a calculator that will help you, a link to a calculator that will help you decide what your sun, moon, and rising is. If this is resonating for you, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me how. If it's not, instead of hitting the dislike button, it doesn't help me help you. Instead, tell me how it doesn't. And either way, if you leave me a question and I can answer it with just a couple of cards, I'll be happy to go into the comment section and do that, because I won't be doing as many live Q&As anymore. And so that's your opportunity to get a real quick answer. And oh, look at this. You have revealing the radiance. So it's something precious. It's a dream or goal that's really important to you. Revealing the radiance, the beauty. So who do you tell that's going to appreciate what your hopes and goals and dreams are? Not everybody needs to know. Maybe there's just one somebody that needs to know. Who does it affect? Who can help you? How can you get there? Those people might need to know, but maybe not yet. So revealing the radiance when it's the appropriate time for you. You know, that's the communication. So it's in your house of communication. So be discerning about who you tell what you want to do, right? So, yeah. That feels right. Okay. I had to feel into that for a second. So how do you feel into things? You're very grounded. But if you learn to ask a question, should I do this or should I do that? And you take a deep breath and you say, A, and how does that feel? And then B, and how does that feel? Well, when I say A, I feel light and airy. When I say B, I feel tense and close-hearted. And there's a definite difference in the way it feels. And so when I tell people, well, you should feel into that decision, that's what I'm talking about. Like, learn to let your body talk to you and learn how to listen to your body so that you can get that information for yourself. And you have be persistent, silver. So this hope, this goal, this dream that you want, this pearl that you want, yeah, you're going to have to work for it. Be persistent. Be persistent, and you have Moab. Ooh, enjoy clear hearing. That's what I was talking about, that feeling into it. That is also could be that you have a conversation with somebody, because your third house is about communication, and maybe you go to somebody and you do reveal to them what it is that you want to do, because you've discerned that that's somebody who needs to know, can help, that's safe to tell. You know, what do they have to say? Listen to it. Listen to what they have to say. Listen for things you hear randomly, because that might be an inspiration sent from spirit, right? Because when you get the eagle showing up in your reading, that means spirit's trying to talk to you, and they're going to try to get the message to you however they can. So be aware, be present in the moment, start paying really close attention to what's going on around you, and you might pick up some really good information. So that sounds really excellent. Well, good luck with your hopes, your goals, your dreams that you're planning on, that you're working for. This is super exciting. So good luck with all that, and I will talk to you next week. Be sure to let me know what you think. I really read all of the comments, and I do respond. You have a great week.